All right. So, this is our first video in a while. I think I'm going to do them in here in front of this wall, or at least for maybe my poetry sessions or something. So it's been a while. It's your girl Storm. It's been a while. Feel like God's been talking to me a little bit, or signaling to me that I should continue to put things on YouTube that I make, like my songs, covers, poems of my own, or just like talking about, my walk with God, or even also reading from the Bible and just making videos on me, like reading Job or something in my own words, or not in my own words, but in my own voice, reading it to help someone who maybe just wants to listen to the word from somebody. I don't know. But yeah, just feeling like the Lord's leading me to those things, and it's been a really tough season for me right now. Lots of stuff going on. Lots and lots of pain. But also like a lot of healing in the way of learning how to really accept myself, accept the feelings that I have, instead of so quickly try to fix everything and make everything perfect. And just watch, just my inner voice and how I'm talking to myself during those hard times. So there's also a lot of love coming in. I'm sorry if you hear my cats. They don't know what to do without me. That's a moon. Maybe one day we'll do a video with just my cats too, because they're really cute. But today I wanted to read a poem that it is a poem to me. So poetry has been something that I've been doing for a long time, and it's kind of like an outlet for me to express my feelings, my thoughts, trauma, or even just like looking outside and just the way that my brain works, and like poetically. Like the other day we went out to the beach and we're looking at, I was looking at like a lot of shells and stuff on the sand, and then we come up to like a bench where we're sitting, and I'm just looking at my feet for a second, and I'm looking at my toenails, and I don't know, my brain was just like, it's kind of weird how like the scales or the indentions of my toenails almost look like kind of like a seashell. So I was like, what was it? Seashell toenails? It's like, just put it in my notepad, because I'm like, at some point I'm gonna probably come back to the beach and I'm gonna make like more of like a sea poem. And I like when my poetry can have a lot of like symbolism, and it may not make sense to other people, but it makes sense to me. So it's an outlet for me to express. So yeah, if you've made it this far, thank you for watching, and hopefully my camera's still recording. I've got like a little tripod set up. I think it was like $9 from this thrift store. I'm really excited about it too. I love it. And I like this like little space. I love that I have Nevertheless, because that was really important. Learning that no matter what you're going through, or what's going on, or what the past says, or what the world says, or what you say, like nevertheless God is working, etc. Got this from the same thrift shop. This is from my Aunt Misty. I don't know if you can see that sign over there, but that was actually from my general manager at Taco Bell. He gave that to me because we had a great relationship in that way. And then a little thing about angels, and then this is actually a poem, this is a painting from my sister-in-law. So that's really cool. And then I have some of my bags up here. So yeah, without further ado, let's get into this poem. Of course. That's the cat's water bowl thing, and it refills itself. So while that's groaning, we'll get started here. There's not a title to this poem, I wrote this November 5th, 2025 at 3:48 p.m. I think is when I finished it. It's very deep, for me especially. It's not necessarily a happy poem, but I've just been like wondering where to start with releasing these poems and stuff, and also there's like some fear of, you know, exposing like my inner world and stuff. But I hope that it'll help somebody, of course. I hope somebody can relate to it in a way. I hope, you know, it's just, yeah. So, take a deep breath, maybe grab some water, and we're gonna read this poem. And I hope you guys like it. I hope you guys appreciate it. Feel free to like, subscribe, comment. I would love to hear your thoughts on the poem. And maybe just experiences you've had or whatever. It's a safe place. So yeah, without further ado, we're gonna get started. So this was just during a time I was having a really hard time with, you know, feeling like God's calling me to create, and I've been a creative person. I've done a lot of creative things. I've learned how to create a lot of things. But there's just been a lot of trauma too. So yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and get started into this. Thank you for watching. I just want my life back. I just want me back. I want the whim of love. The feeling of I could change something. I miss my stuffed animals and taking care of them. God, it hurts so much to lose yourself. It hurts that someone so close took away my own wanting to be with myself, wanting to live. Daddy, why did you break me? Why would you hurt me? You were my closest friend. Now all I have are my colorful memories that make me so sad because they're so far away. Why didn't I listen to the people who whispered to me that there's enough dark in the world? Why didn't I listen to my friends who tried to talk sense into me? You wrecked my world. You took my family. You stole away my hopes and replaced them with fears. You killed me. You made me fight for love and acceptance. You hurt my mother, my sister, and you hurt most me. You treated my mind as a bouncing ball, weak but strong enough to bounce back. Well, I was a child, and you ruined me. I can't do anything. Your voice, how it meant everything, how it meant nothing, how it was never not heard. It is still never gone. You took my voice. All the yelling and pleading, the forgiving, the crying, you took it from me. You took away my sense of what is right and what is wrong, what is just and what is evil. You scrambled my brain. You scrambled everyone's brain. You scrambled your own. I forgive you, and I just want a hug from my daddy and his 4XL white undershirt with food stains. I just want to hear you play your game and get out of your squeaky recliner that's been around for ages. I just want to play one more game of Around the World. I just want to dance with you and Mom in our house to Daniel Powter, You Had a Bad Day. I want to go to the movies and you tell me about the backstory of some superhero. I want my childhood back. I want my Storm back. The one who didn't learn how to hold her breath, how to hold her tongue, how to hold her mom and her sister. I want to go back before my whole world changed and I couldn't see girls as my friends anymore. Before I saw myself as disgusting because I made up a party and sexual things to fit in. Before Chelsea pulled my hair and told me my own hair was just a wig because it was longer than everyone else's, because every other girl got a haircut. When things were right, but they weren't, I was stolen from a young age. Still, little pieces of Stormy remain, and it makes me sad. I think, I'm whole, I can do this, but I'm not. I'm not her. I'm not her anymore. She was taken. I miss her. Where could I even find her? She's breadcrumbs in the school halls. She's a husk, stuck to a wall with music in the room. You can feel her spirit, but she's empty. She's gone. Nobody cares either. The only ones who really should rarely reach out. Only when I can't bear those sweet memories and I'm grasping for my family and I reach out. But everyone's busy. Everyone's caught up in themselves. I'm sad I was ever in a hospital. Why did this happen to Stormy? Why did this happen to Stormy? That little girl. That sweet little girl. Who let her go alone? Who left her alone? Who could leave her? Who could have lost her? Am I not precious enough to God? Surely not people, my parents, my elders, but to God? Who could leave her so broken on her own? Who? Little Stormy? Who could yell at her? Who could even know how sweet her thoughts were, how kind they were to those around her and to herself? Who could have known who she would have been had no one hit her, had her daddy not yelled at her, had her father come to pray with her when she asked, if God answered her nightly prayers for her dad to have help, if no one touched her when she was not to be touched, if pornographic images were not found in only her parents' and family members' bedrooms, bathrooms, computer folders, who would Stormy be with just the warm hugs, the mommy-daughter shopping dates, some pants instead of only skirts and dresses, a cute little haircut, if she could get into dance class and really like it, if she had played sports instead of not because of a piece of clothing, if her parents talked to her and asked her about her friends, if those punishments were conversations, if she was heard, if she never had to ask her dad to stop hitting her with a stick in the back of the legs for fun, what would her mind look like? So yeah, that is the end of this poem. Like I said, ultimately, thank you for watching if you're watching. Thank you for liking the video if you're liking the video. Because it's going to be really, truly something special to be able to put this stuff out here, for it to be heard, for it to be seen, for it not to be tried to be fixed, but just to be heard, to be seen, to be comprehended and understood, I guess. And I have many more poems. I have some more positive poems, some more imaginary poems, and some more deeper, darker poems as well, just what has gone through my mind and to get it out onto something instead of letting it sit inside. So I hope you really like this. If you want to hear more poetry, please let me know in the comments. More poetry, if you want to hear, this, that, definitely leave in the comments. If it's something that I can do, I would love to do it. Ultimately I feel like God's calling me to do this, and in any way that I can, but also I know that it's to bring what I want to do, the goal anyways, is to definitely bring to glorify the kingdom. So I don't want to just create for me or anything like that necessarily, and I don't know how this will go back to God, but I hope that it does somehow, because I just felt called to do this. I don't want to ramble anymore, but just thanks for watching. Feel free, please, to like it and to watch it, and to share it if you feel like it, and please leave a comment. Just let me know, what you thought, more or less. Just share some love and some positivity and some hugs. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. And with that being further ado, I'm gonna stand up and walk around to the camera and turn it off. So you guys have been amazing. Let's get some snaps up in here. Some snaps.